In your journey as a pregnant woman and a soon-to-be mom, there are lots of things that are going on in your mind. For sure, you do not want your meals to be something that will stress you out. This is why I'm happy to share some easy lunch ideas with you today in this video. Our health is very important. You should be much more conscious and aware of the food you are taking in, especially if you want your unborn child to be healthy. Lunch meals are something that you should not neglect, as they should provide you with the needed nutrients and energy for the rest of the day. Of course, you want your lunch food to be as healthy as possible. And healthy does not mean complicated, because there's a lot of healthy lunch ideas out there that are easy to prepare at the same time. The first thing I want you to keep in mind is that your lunch meal should consist of whole grains, lean protein, fresh produce, and healthy fats. To start off, you can prepare vegetable soup. This one's a classic and very easy to make. You can choose the vegetables that you want to include in this lunch idea, but make sure that you'll be getting your required nutrients from those vegetables. To make it more convenient for you, I'll teach you how. You should preheat your pot with olive oil first, then saute onions and carrots. After that, you can add the broth and the vegetables such as tomatoes, potatoes, celery, and green beans. Let it simmer before adding other vegetables like the green onion, parsley, corn, and sweet peas. You can pair your soup with a wholemeal bun for extra nutrition and energy. The next easy lunch idea that I have for you is wholemeal toast with mackerel or tin sardines. Eating some oily fish at least once a week is also necessary, since it is proven to be healthy for the development of your baby's nervous system. But please make sure that you limit your consumption of oily fish to only one healthy meal a week. That is because it might contain pollutants that are not really good for you or your baby. I know how much you're craving different foods during this time in your life, and I also know that most foods that you're thinking of right now are not healthy. Well, if you miss eating some leftover pizza, there's good news, as you can find various alternatives to pizza. The next healthy lunch meal that you can also eat is pita pizza. Because besides the fact that they're great for melting, it's also healthy to incorporate it into your lunch food or any meal that you'll have in a day. The next healthy and easy lunch idea that I have for you is salad. I know, you might have expected this one to appear in this video, but why not? This is the safest option for people who are trying to be healthy, whether pregnant or not. It's also safe to say that it's the perfect lunch food. You'll get lots of fibers, minerals, and vitamins from a salad. You can choose to make it even tastier by incorporating some protein such as salmon, chicken, beans, shrimp, lentils, and tuna. Oh, keep in mind that you should skip on the Caesar and any other common dressing, as they're not the healthiest addition to your salad. Besides, they contain raw eggs. A rather more exciting lunch option that you'll definitely enjoy is a smoothie bowl. This healthy lunch idea is full of calcium, protein, and vitamins. You'll get all of this from the components of a smoothie bowl, such as the fruit, nuts, seeds, whole grains, and yogurt. Imagine all the tasty food in one bowl. You can use whatever fruit, nuts, or yogurt that you like, but make sure that you'll only be eating the necessary amount. Always remember that controlling the portion of food you take in is also very important to get all the nutrients that you need from different food sources. Of course, I will not forget that sandwiches are not just easy to make, but they can be as healthy as the other lunch foods I've mentioned so far. Whether it be a double-decker, panini, or wrap, just make sure that it's healthy as can be. Include fiber, whole grains, and lean protein in your sandwich. If you want to use some meat in your sandwich, it's best to use pre-packed meats like corned beef or ham. Raw cured meats such as chorizo, salami, and pepperoni are not the safest option, as they might contain some parasites since they're not cooked. The risk is low, but you can never be too sure. Your health is extra important now that you're pregnant. Another addition to your sandwich is mayonnaise. I suggest that you consume the mayonnaise you can buy in the grocery stores. The best part is that you can include all of these fillers in this lunch food, but I'll once again remind you that you should know how to control the amount of food that you eat at every meal. If you're just too tired to think of your next healthy lunch meal, you can simply eat baked beans with some bread. That must be the easiest thing to prepare out of all the lunch ideas I've shared with you. You might even want to eat it for your next lunch. This one will surely not take much of your time or energy, especially if you're in a rush. Another tip that I can give you is to plan your meals for the whole week. This is to make sure that you're getting all the vitamins and minerals that your body and your baby need. It would also be better to prepare your own lunch. This way, you'll really know what food you like and do not like to include in all of your meals, and you'll be sure that everything is prepared accordingly. You might also be wondering about some of the foods that you should not include or limit in your healthy lunch meal. In that case, I have a few more reminders for you regarding the food that is not desirable to be incorporated into your lunch ideas. Please avoid or at least limit your consumption of sugary yogurts. Any fruit-flavored yogurt sounds nutritious and tasty at the same time, but most of them contain as much sugar as a candy bar. You should opt for the low-fat and plain options. You can add any fruit you want anyway, especially for your smoothie bowl. You know, by now the soft cheese is also not desirable because brie, feta, blue cheese, queso fresco, and queso blanco can all carry bacteria. Lastly, you should try to avoid uncooked meats at all times. When choosing any food that you'll include in your healthy lunch food, make sure to get those that contain protein and fiber. These two will be really helpful in making you feel energized and full, which is necessary for your lunch meals. Remember that you still have a long day ahead after lunch, so make sure that you have all the energy to keep going and keep moving during the rest of your day. I hope you'll love these healthy lunch ideas that I've talked about, and make sure to stay well and eat well, especially during your pregnancy. If you want to see more content similar to this one, do not forget to subscribe to this channel, and I also want to know your thoughts, so feel free to comment down below. Goodbye!